What is up, everyone? Please take a second and hit that like button. The more likes that we get in a short period of time, the more people the algorithm will bring into the chat to come hang out with us and see what's going on. So please hit that like button. Let me know how you're doing, and happy freedom. Alright, give me a second. I gotta send out notifications. Please do the same on whichever platform you're watching right now. Just grab the link and the URL and send it to your mom, send it to your friends, post it on Facebook, whatever. Just share it out. Let's get the chat filled up. Just give me a second. All right, I think we're ready to go. Thank you so much, Bipolar Bear, for continuing the membership program for 24 months. You're officially a hooligan. I think you might be the longest standing member, Bipolar Bear. All right, you guys ready? Press 1 if you're ready to kick this off with Old Man Walter looking like a total buffoon out in Puerto Rico. Probably shouldn't have said it like that. They're going to say JeffMAC was out here cultural appropriationing. Whatever, people can go fuck themselves. All right, let's get this started.
Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. Mr. President, I want to officially welcome you and First Lady Jill Biden to Puerto Rico. We're honored to have you here. The people of Puerto Rico are very grateful for your steadfast support and highly appreciate your visit, particularly as we recover from Hurricane Fiona. I must highlight that this visit is not an isolated incident. It is yet another example of your commitment to the well-being of the American citizens of Puerto Rico, which you, Mr. President, and your administration have demonstrated with concrete actions for the past 19 months. That support has included total collaboration from cabinet members in key federal agencies, as well as targeted initiatives in important policy areas such as education, renewable energy, and economic development. Now, in Puerto Rico's time of need, the Biden administration has been working closely with us since before the hurricane hit us. As I have mentioned to the President, FEMA's collaboration has been instrumental to our island's reconstruction efforts, and that has helped put our people in Puerto Rico back on their feet. My team and I provided the President and his staff with a detailed briefing of where we are with respect to the recovery from Hurricane Fiona, and described the challenges and opportunities on which we must work together. This is crucial in order to be able to efficiently provide our residents equitable access to essential services and achieve the resiliency in our infrastructure that we need. To that end, I have made a request to President Biden to amend the major disaster declaration to provide an additional period of 180 days of 100% funding for debris removal, emergency protective measures, and direct federal assistance. Right now, Puerto Rico is in a full recovery mode. Just 2 weeks after Fiona, 93% of Puerto Ricans have electricity and 98% have water service. We have been able to provide safe passage to all communities whose access roads or bridges were affected, and everyone who was housed in a shelter has either returned to their home or has been provided temporary housing. All 78 Puerto Rican municipalities were included in the major disaster declaration, and more than 800,000 residents of Puerto Rico have registered with FEMA to claim individual assistance. Our efforts to combat poverty are especially important after a disaster like Hurricane Fiona, in which so many vulnerable families lost their homes and belongings. Thus, I have asked FEMA to provide immediate access to the supplies in its local warehouses to our government and the 94 local non-governmental organizations operating community hubs on our island. On the other hand, we must leverage the recent advances we have made in the ongoing reconstruction due to Hurricane Maria 5 years ago.
Look at old man Walter over there, just stunned that this guy can talk for so long without hacking or coughing or getting lost. Look at him, he's just jealous at this point. He's bitter over there, just looking like he's about to throw a tantrum.
So much of the damage by Fiona's flooding was on our transportation infrastructure. We have requested that FEMA treat the reconstruction of our roads and bridges as critical infrastructure in its recovery policy. We also talked about additional ways in which the federal government can assist us in advancing the transformation of our electric system and achieving our renewable energy generation goals by 2050, consistent with the Memorandum of Understanding we signed last February with key federal agencies. This initiative will help us promote microgrids and distributed energy in remote areas, improve our power sector resiliency, and increase access to more affordable energy and cleaner air. Finally, we spoke of the need to prioritize U.S. Army Corps of Engineers flood control projects to mitigate further damages from potential additional storms. The Corps' ongoing or potential projects cover areas that suffered damages during Hurricane Fiona, such as the areas surrounding Rio La Plata, Rio Puerto Nuevo, Rio Grande de Arecibo, Rio Nigua, Rio Guanajibo, and Rio Inabon here in Ponce. Other areas we must prioritize are aid to our farmers, climate change mitigation initiatives like coastal erosion and coral restoration projects, and adequate funding for our healthcare programs. In short, my asks to you, Mr. President, are straightforward. We want to be treated in the same way as our fellow Americans in the States in times of need. All American citizens, regardless of where they live in the United States, should receive the same support from the federal government. We're confident that the President will heed our call for equal treatment because that is consistent with his priorities and his policies. Again, I want to thank President Biden and the First Lady for their visit and for his administration's support for Puerto Rico's recovery. Thank you.
Prostitute.
Le brindo la más calurosa bienvenida y agradezco la visita del presidente y la primera dama al pueblo de Ponce al cual pertenezco y donde he vivido toda mi vida. Me presento, mi nombre es Maritzaida Pacheco Cosme y trabajo en los centros Sorisolina Ferre, en la playa de Ponce. Los centros fueron fundados por Sorisolina Ferre, una mujer misionera cuyo legado fue de amor y servicio, el cual nosotros tratamos de honrar con nuestro trabajo y dedicación. Nuestras comunidades y Puerto Rico atravesaron un sinfín de atropellos. María fue devastador. Quisimos renacer. Luego de eso fuimos atropellados por temblores, pandemias y recientemente el huracán Fiona. No hemos podido recuperarnos del todo. María fue horrible, perdimos algunos incluso hasta familiares. Fui de esas familias que tuvieron que refugiarse en Estados Unidos para poder regalarle a mi familia una estabilidad. Pero sentía que debía volver a Puerto Rico y fue ahí donde los centros Sorisolina Ferre me brindaron la oportunidad de serme parte de este maravilloso equipo.
I tried to put captions on, it ain't working.
He tenido muchos años de experiencia. Cuando miro a mi pueblo, sé que es un pueblo resistente, luchador.
Viking Bad, I just beat you to it. Yeah, I tried to put the captions on. I don't know. It's not working out.
Podemos pensar que estamos exagerando, pero cuando nos damos la oportunidad de poder sumergirnos un poco, podemos ver que los problemas son más grandes de lo que pensamos. Pero como decía Sister,
Yeah, I appreciate you being here, Newton.
manera de hablar. Y lo seguiremos haciendo como lo hemos hecho todos los días.
Look at old man Walter's face. He thinks his hearing's finally gone. He's like, damn it, I can't even understand words anymore.
La primera dama,
Knew this day was gonna come.
también agradezco su
Damn it.
apoyo que nos ha brindado hasta el día de hoy.
Look at his face. He can smell his own diaper right now.
Más sencillas necesidades.
He's like, gee willikers, is that me?
Estar en el
Jesus loves us.
presidente Biden.
Rancid.
I would like to extend our warmest welcome and express our appreciation to the President and the First Lady for their visit to the municipality of Ponce, which is where I am from and where I have lived my entire life. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Maritzaida Pacheco Cosme, and I work at Centro Sorisolina Ferre, located in La Playa de Ponce. The centers were founded by Sister Isolina Ferre, a missionary woman whose legacy of love and service we try to honor with our work and dedication. Our communities and Puerto Rico have experienced countless hardships. Hurricane Maria was devastating. We wanted to recover and rebuild. After that, we were struck hard by earthquakes, the pandemic, and most recently by Hurricane Fiona. We have not been able to fully recover. Hurricane Maria was terrible. We lost everything, and some people even lost family members. Mine was one of the families that had to seek refuge in the main.
Look at old man Walter staring at this poor girl. She doesn't even see the attack coming.
But something told me
He can't even hear the sound around him now. His thoughts are just too loud.
then
Look at his body language. Disgusting.
gave me the opportunity to become part of this amazing team. I have learned a lot during these years. There is no doubt we are a resilient and hardworking people. When one looks at our communities from the standpoint of privilege, it all sounds like
Michael Jackson's family should sue Jill Biden for copyrights on stealing Michael Jackson's nose.
the problems are much greater than one thinks. But as Sister said, serving is our way of talking. And that is how we will continue to do what we do every day until we lift up our communities and our island of Puerto Rico. I want to thank President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden for their visit. I am also grateful for the support and assistance that they have provided so far. I hope they are able to understand our most basic needs. And I am deeply honored today to be able to introduce President Joe Biden.
Come on, man.
Thank you. Are they friend or foe?
Well, my name's Joe Biden, and I don't want the headline to read, Biden brings storm to Puerto Rico. prostitute. So I'm going to maybe have to cut this a little short. Let me start off by saying that.
Damn, he's gonna cut his speech short. I thought that's what he's been doing.
Introduction. Jill and I we're anxious to be here. You know, I come from the little state of Delaware. It's not like the Congresswoman from New York. She's from the big state. But we have a very, in relative terms, large Puerto Rican population in Delaware, relative to our population. We have the 8th largest black population in the country, and between all minorities, we have 20% of our state is minority. And so I was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community at home politically. And so we came here for a long time, both for business and pleasure, since you're part of the Third Circuit Court of Appeals and Delaware is as well, and I was chairman of the Judiciary Committee. I spent a lot of time in the northern part of the state. But look, it's people like you who do so much for your community and are going to make such a big difference as Puerto Rico rebuilds. Thank you, Governor, for your partnership as we work together to help rebuild Puerto Rico. And I mean rebuild it all, and rebuild it in a resilient way. So you don't, when storms come again, which they will, they're not having the damage they caused before. And I want to thank the members of Congress and local officials, community leaders who have joined us today. Ever since the hurricane struck, Jill and I have had people in Puerto Rico on our minds and in our prayers. We came here in person to show that we're with you. All of America is with you as you receive and recover and rebuild. I'm confident we're going to be able to do all you want, Governor, and I'm committed to this island. Puerto Rico has been through so much in recent years. Hurricane Maria 5 years ago, a 6.4 magnitude earthquake 2 years ago. The folks slept outside for days, worried about their homes would collapse on them if they went in. Then COVID-19, and then Fiona. And yes, Puerto Rico is a strong place, and Puerto Ricans are strong people, but even so, you have had to bear so much and more than need be, and you haven't gotten the help in a timely way. And this latest storm dealt a serious blow to all the hard work that have been done since Maria. Roads and bridges built after Maria have been washed away again. Families who spent their savings to build new homes after losing their last ones have seen them flooded away. Crops decimated, farms destroyed. Here in Ponce and communities nearby have been hit the hardest. And for days, people live without power, without water, some still in that circumstance. No idea when to be back again. And for everyone who survived Maria, Fiona must have been an all too familiar nightmare. You know better than anyone that over time, these losses add up. And so Puerto Ricans have lost loved ones in this storm and in the perilous disasters. And the number can feel abstract sometimes when you hear a number, but every number is a person, every life lived. We read the obituaries and remembrances, and they all feel like people we knew. Doting grandparents, devoted parents,
getting off topic here.
Longtime neighbors, people who cared about their community and made a difference. And they will not be forgotten. And then through these disasters, so many people have been displaced from their homes, lost their jobs and savings, or suffered injuries, often unseen, but many times seen. Yet somehow, the people of Puerto Rico keep getting back up with resilience and determination. Quite frankly, it's pretty extraordinary when you look at it from afar. And you deserve every bit of help your country can give you. That's what I'm determined to do, and that's what I promise you. After Maria, Congress approved billions of dollars for Puerto Rico, much of it not having gotten here initially. We're going to make sure you get every single dollar promised. And I'm determined to help Puerto Rico build faster than in the past and stronger and better prepared for the future. And that's why I approved emergency declarations of Puerto Rico before the hurricane. Governor, remember my call on you before the hurricane made landfall to deliver immediate federal funding to shelter people and provide essential support. Just a few days later, I approved an expedited major disaster declaration. That means federal government.
What'd he do?
of the cost to clear debris, carry out search and rescue, and continue to shelter people. It also means homeowners, renters, business owners are eligible to apply for federal help to recover damaged losses caused by Hurricane Fiona. The federal government is going to provide individual assistance for up to $37,900 for essential home repairs and another $37,900 for lost property, as the law calls for, like a car or a refrigerator. Additionally, we've deployed more than 1,200 personnel from FEMA, the Army Corps of Engineers, the U.S. Coast Guard, the Department of Energy, the Environmental Protection Agency. They include search and rescue, teams to assist survivors, and power restoration experts. Power is now back, as you pointed out, governed at 92% of the island, and water is back at 95% of the island, thanks in part to the dedicated IBW workers and federal support staff.
And Jill just looks like super embarrassed.
And here at this facility, you can see some of the generators from FEMA and the Army Corps of Engineers that were transporting to places that still don't have power. Here they're loaded onto trucks and brought to locations and hospitals and shelters, paired with fuel trucks so generators can be gassed up on site. My administration is also providing financial assistance to help families and individuals right away. Many families are scrambling to pay their bills right now to fill up their gas tank, to put food on the table. They can register at FEMA cash assistance for $700 to help cover the essentials for just a little while. So far, nearly 200,000 households across Puerto Rico have received this cash assistance. $700 won't replace what you lost, not even close, but it can help take care of some of the little basics while you catch your breath and get back on your feet. And FEMA has made crisis counselors available.
I think he's speaking top of ass right now.
If you need help or just someone to talk to, people are here for you. The hotline number is 800-981-0023. I'll say it again, 800-981-0023. Don't be embarrassed to call. Whether it's
He's giving out Mike Jones' number right now.
Help you. At times like these, Americans come together. And I'm grateful for our personnel of FEMA and other agencies for the hard work these past few weeks. Many of our FEMA staff, as been pointed out, are from Puerto Rico, are Puerto Rican. They've been working 24/7 to get help to people across the island, while also scrambling to help their own families and neighbors. I want to recognize the local first responders, including Puerto Rican National Guard, who have been working round the clock, and I mean it literally, round the clock. They've been through a lot the past 5 years. I want to applaud the Red Cross volunteers who came from as far away as California, Louisiana, Minnesota, Texas, to help however they can. And New York sent not only a congresswoman, the most congresswoman in the Congress, but the state troopers and emergency responders. I don't think you're going to stay the whole time, right? Anyway, all kidding aside, New Jersey sent their all-hazard incident management teams trained for hurricane responses. These states are home to two of the largest Puerto Rican populations in the United States, New York and New Jersey, and their sisters and brothers in Puerto Rico needed them, and they answered the call. Most of all, I want to recognize the heroism and selflessness of so many people across Puerto Rico. The main story that has been reported is the storm, but there's another story, what ordinary people did when the storm hit. Literally, the day after the hurricane, churches and community organizations opened a network of kitchens across the island to cook hot food for anyone who needed it. Folks delivered food to the elderly who were housebound. They started their generators. They shared their generators with neighbors who had medicine that needed to be refrigerated. They organized activities for kids to give their exhausted parents a break. They arranged canvases to bring food, water, and other supplies and commodities to communities cut short as a consequence of landslide and flooding that couldn't be reached. And during the storm, when the waters were rising, people went to extraordinary lengths to help each other survive. We've seen people using a raft and a boat tied to a rope to brave the raging waters and rescue neighbors trapped in their homes. You know, they aren't paratroopers or search and rescue professionals, they're neighbors. They're just regular folks ready and willing to do whatever they could do when their help was needed, when the neighbor was in trouble. And thanks to them, all the people of Puerto Rico, this recovery from Fiona is underway. I'm encouraged by all the stories that are opening up, the hospitals that have kept running, the supply chains that held steady, and the debris has already begun to be cleared on roads across the island, and we will continue the debris coverage. Still, we have to do more. We have to ensure that when the next hurricane strikes, Puerto Rico is ready. Today, I'm announcing more than $60 million in funding to help coastal areas in Puerto Rico become better prepared for the storm. For example, we can create a flood warning system to help shore up levees and flood walls. In addition, there's nearly $700 million in infrastructure investments in Puerto Rico.
Let me see, we got our sign language person back.
Since I signed the Bible,
Maybe Miss Manhands didn't work out. Had to bring the one we're used to back. The one's actually good at her job.
$1 million to begin.
Throwing up crip, you know, it's just another day for her.
The pronunciation.
Martin Peña.
That entire ecosystem. And we're going to clean up polluted waters and restore mitigation mangrove habitats, and bring back marine life. And you're going to see investments like these increasing significantly in the months.
He's looking in the crowd for Jackie right now.
Investing in Puerto Rico's roads, bridges, public transit, ports, airports, water safety, and high-speed internet. We know that the climate crisis and more extreme weather are going to continue to hit this island and hit the United States overall. And as we rebuild, we have to ensure that we build it to last. We're particularly focused on the power grid. This year, to date, Puerto Rico has received $4 million to help make the power grid more resilient. That number is going to go up. As we conveyed to the governor, I'm ready to deploy and expedite more resources from the Department of Energy and other federal agencies, not just, I don't usually talk this fast, but it looks like it's moving quickly. To help transform the entire system so Puerto Rico, the Puerto Rican people can get clean, reliable, affordable power they need, and the power stays in homes and hospitals when storms like Fiona strike. That includes mini grids, which you can begin to deploy soon so we are less dependent on transmission lines across the long distances, and more redundancy when the storms hit. The goal is lower energy bills and more reliable power for Puerto Rican households. Additionally, I've asked the Secretary of Energy, Jennifer Granholm, who's a first-rate person, to lead a supercharged effort across the entire federal government. She's going to put in place the Puerto Rican Grid Recovery Modernization Team to bring to bear all the federal resources and technical assistance and additional support for Puerto Rico. And we'll help as you work to repair your grid quickly and drive decisive progress on the game plan for Puerto Rico's clean energy transformation. You know, I also know many people in Puerto Rico have many family friends and friends in Florida. Your hearts are with them right now, and their hearts are with you. Jill and I will be in Florida on Wednesday. And as I've made clear, at times like these, our nation comes together, put aside our political differences, and get to work. We show up when we're needed. Because if we lost our home, if we lost a loved one, we'd hope that people would show up for us as well. I want the people of Puerto Rico to know I'm committed, to my entire administration is committed, to standing with you every step of the way, as long as it takes. And the White House reception honoring Hispanic History Month.
Why his teeth look like that?
Army chaplain, a Catholic priest, proud son of Puerto Rico, offered a prayer for all those who suffered through the hurricane, including the plan for Puerto Rico's clean energy transformation.
I gotta rewind it for a second. His teeth is looking all scary like the new It movie.
Puerto Rico have many family friends and friends in Florida. Your hearts are with them right now, and their hearts are with you. Jill and I will be in Florida on Wednesday. And as I've made clear, at times like these, our nation comes together, put aside our political differences, and get to work. We show up when we're needed. Because if we lost our home, if we lost a loved one, we'd hope that people would show up for us as well. And I want the people of Puerto Rico to know I'm committed, to my entire administration is committed, to standing with you every step of the way, as long as it takes. And the White House reception honoring Hispanic History Month, a U.S. Army chaplain, a Catholic priest, proud son of Puerto Rico, offered a prayer for all those who suffered through the hurricane, including Puerto Rico. Here's what he said. He said, give us generous hearts, that we may continue to use our gifts to support them. Well, the people of Puerto Rico have generous hearts, and that's what they get through this. We're return of generosity. And that's the generous hearts that the rest of the country are going to make sure we continue to provide. But I want to say it again. We are not leaving here as long as I'm president until everything, I mean,
He's just drifting off.
every single thing that we can do is done. God bless you all, and and all of you who are hurting. And may God protect our troops and all those brave souls that risk their lives to help others survive this tragedy. And I usually don't quite talk this fast, but it looks like we made it. Thank you very much.
He's killing me with that talk too fast stuff. Make it make sense. Don't worry about speed. Make it make sense.
I was up in New York with the mayor and with the governor. And what they wanted to talk to me about, they wanted to talk to me about Puerto Rico. No,
you see?
remember? We sat there?
Yes, yes.
And so it is one of the best congresswomen and the congresspersons in the entire Congress. And she's, were you born here?
Yes, I was born here.
I saw
And my
it.
family, my entire family is here.
It's here? All right, I hope I
9
don't get you in
brothers
trouble
and
with my...
sisters.
9 brothers and sisters. Well, God bless you. I tell you what, my mother used to think that anybody who had that many children, we only had 4, she'd say, no purgatory for mom, straight to heaven.
Thank you.
Straight to heaven.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We love you.
Thanks, everybody. We're going to get this done. We really are. We're going to move me quickly. Okay, thanks, everybody. I really mean it. Thank you very much.
He didn't fail at saying hyperbole this time.
Good afternoon, everybody.
All right, just give me a second. We're getting ready to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Good Lord, old man Walter. Crazy sauce. Here we go. It's been a minute. Let's get that out. Let's just get that out of the way. All right. What an embarrassment. What's up, Rick? Says Jill looks like she's Joe's bodyguard more than anything with a vest underneath that dress. Did kind of look like she had that heat with her. All right. Let me turn the volume back down because the White House don't know how to do their volume right. All right, hooligans, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, hooligans. Well, thanks for joining me for a watch party. I was not available earlier today to cover it live. I had to go to the post office and get a new P.O. box because the one I had, they decided to close it and just never tell me about it. And then they tried to charge me $60 to reopen it. Nah. I was like, come on, man. So I drove to another city and opened a new P.O. box. Hopefully they do a little better by me this time. I told them there's like 60,000 hooligans plus relying on this P.O. box to work out. So hopefully they'll take care of us. We'll see how it goes. Either way, I didn't want to miss time hanging out with the hooligans. I don't really have anything else going on right now. Update on the website. I am very close to the finishing stages. I have to wrap up the merch store that's built into it. And I want to say there's something else that I gotta fix, but we're like right there. We're about to be opening doors for all of you guys to go check out the new website and stuff. Who Through's already been through there, checked everything out. I'm thinking another day or so. I should have got it finished yesterday, but I kind of took a break. I'm getting a little bit burned out. 2 weeks of straight coding. I feel like Keanu Reeves on The Matrix. It's like all I see is numbers and letters and symbols. It's kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. We deserve a place to be, so I'm working my ass off to provide that. I think you guys will like what what I've put together. We'll see. Let's see here. Thank you so much, Ball, for continuing the membership program for 8 months. You're officially a hooligan. Let me check through all the chats really quick, and we'll wrap this up. Hey, I appreciate you, John. Oh yeah, if you hooligans didn't see on the live screen, I put together the Spooky Hooligan Green merch listing last night. We got hoodies, tank tops, t-shirts, leggings. We got sports bras now if you guys want to check that out. A little bit of everything. Zip up hoodie, pullover hoodie. Things for everybody. Stickers. We got stickers. Everybody loves stickers. So I put that all together. You can find all that stuff on the link tree. So make sure you find the link tree link in the description. Join the hooligan community, either Guilded or Discord, whichever you prefer, to hang out with all the hooligans. We also have a news board for you to stay up to date with what's going on. You'll get exclusive news that's not posted on here or anywhere else. You will also be alerted every single time we go live. So definitely join the hooligan community, and then also join either Rumble or Odyssey. Those are the free speech platforms until the website is open. So all the spicy stuff, all the really good stuff to watch, those are the only platforms that you can watch it on, because YouTube is full-blown communism at this point. The only reason I even mess with YouTube is because that's where you guys are. So I gotta reach you guys, but I can't show you all the good stuff. You gotta go to Odyssey or Rumble. You gotta let go. You gotta let go. I know it's hard. I talk to so many people that are like, oh, I hate YouTube. They're always censoring us. I'm like, well, come to Rumble. They're like, well, it's not as good as YouTube. Okay, well then come to Odyssey. It's even better. I'll just stay with YouTube so I can bitch about being censored. Okay. I don't know what to do about that. So I'm just, if you enjoy the watered down content, then, I'm glad to have you. Either way, I think it's a good idea to go to the free speech platforms, because we got some fun stuff coming up as soon as I get this website stuff behind me and I have time to make more content. Either way, big shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership program, or purchased any merch. I appreciate you, and I would not be able to do this without all of you. So thank you so much for all the support. I'll see you guys on the next live, most likely tomorrow, with more lying and crying from the White House. Maybe Karine will come to work. I don't know. We'll have to see what tomorrow brings. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.